In this report that I've written with the Open University and HR Zone, we've looked at some really interesting data that suggests that while organisational leaders are really passionate about environmental, social and governance topics, they find it really difficult to know what to do to turn that commitment into actionable strategies. So we have identified 5 levers that organisations can pull to get going, to turn that commitment into results. Firstly, it's about moving away just from a focus on shareholders and shareholder value and thinking much more about how to meet the demands and expectations of a diverse group of stakeholders. Organisations now have multiple stakeholders that they have to take into account, and that is quite a transition from the more old-fashioned model of focus on the shareholder. The second lever is to actually get involved in influencing policymakers. It isn't enough for organisations to sit back and wait for policy to be made. They have to get their hands dirty. They have to reach out to policymakers and get involved and shape the policy that will assist them and assist best practice in their industry. Thirdly, ESG has got to be made personal within the business. People have got to care about it, but they also have to have a stake in success. That might mean linking bonuses or other benefits to delivery of ESG targets. The fourth lever is baking in long-term thinking. In other words, instead of thinking quarterly or even annually, there has to be something about the way that you deliver on ESG that has got a long-term perspective so that future generations of leaders who take over from you when your time has gone are committed to delivering on those, because it can take a long time to really make an impact and it might not happen while you're sitting in that particular role. The final lever is to upskill and reskill. It is highly likely that there are people in your organisation who don't understand ESG and don't understand the impact that their work is having on your ability to deliver on those tough, ambitious, exciting targets. It may well be that you're lacking the knowledge and skill at the most senior level in your organisation as well. So it's time to pump some resource into upskilling and reskilling so you can turn that passion and that commitment into real results. We would love to know how you're using the report within your organisation, what you're doing with it, the impact that it's having, and the strategies that you're coming up with to turn ESG from something that you feel so strongly about into real change.